can't even remember the 2 things I said I was most afraid of. Maybe I'm not most afraid of them. I know one of them was losing my mom, and the other was, oh, I guess I do know. Anyways, the other was not succeeding. I label those as my 2 fears because, one, like I said, my mom is my crutch 9 million times out of 10. So do that math. And she, I mean, like, if my mom was gone, I would kind of feel lost. Like, even though I, like, try to do a lot of stuff on my own, and I, like, try to be, like, independent and, oh, I got this, or what. Not a pimple. Anyways. And there's always that fear of, like, if this is, like, the right direction, if this is where I'm supposed to be, what if I fail? Like, what if I don't succeed? What if I don't get my MD? Like, that's a lot riding on me. Like, everybody's like, oh, my gosh, like, all the way down to Prentice, Mississippi, look it up. It exists, I promise. To Augusta, Georgia, Statesboro, like all these little small little places, and you become this person that people can, I mean, not even necessarily look up to, but they look at it and say, oh, this is a person who is successful, or this person who has it together. Like, when you have all of that ride on you, and then people actually things like, especially people who don't like know, but they know you've been in school, so like, so how's medical school? You're like, oh, I'm not there yet, but you know, school's good. It's like, what if I don't make it? Like, all these people already think I'm in a place. Like, what if I don't even make it to that place? Like, you already think I'm there, but I'm not even there. So what if I don't make it to that place? What if I can't fulfill, I mean, not necessarily saying, oh, I got to do what other people want me to do, but these are goals I've also set for myself, and these are people who are supporting me to get to these goals. So what if I don't make it to that point? Like, what? I guess that's where kind of like this like fear or anxiety comes from. Anytime, this is gonna be this. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I can't say we can't say if my fear is right or wrong. But can y'all see me? Okay. Anytime I get into a relationship, because of the relationship I did not have with my father, and I'm saying that loosely because now I understand the unpacking and being able to readdress that situation. But originally, because of the relationship I did not have with my father, and some other things that happened throughout my life, like, I don't know if I'm really ready to go to that, but I have this fear of when I get into a relationship that he's going to leave. Like, the only positive image the only image I have of men as it relates to relationships are walking out on me in some form, shape, or form. And it could be clocking out emotionally, it could be clocking out in the role that you're supposed to play in my life, or like, I guess in the, like, for boyfriends, like walking away. So when I get into relationships, there's always this underlying fear that the person's gonna leave. And I think that I play into that fear in negative ways, which may eventually cause people to leave. Like, different little things that girls do, like, where you at, what you doing. Well, not now, but I have played into that. It's insecurity. I mean, that's what it is. I'm, as ugly as it sounds, or as much as everybody wants to say, oh, I'm secure, or I have my self-esteem all together. Like, no, I mean, I have my self-esteem together, and I'm secure, but there are some things that my self-esteem slips in, and there are some things that I'm not so secure in, and that's just straight up. Like, that's being honest and transparent as I can be. Like, sometimes I have low self-esteem in certain situations, like, and relationships are one of them. So, I was thinking, and I think that I don't want this to always be, I guess, kind of like a Debbie Downer, like a negative thing. So I kind of want to say how I've dealt with this stuff. One thing that I've really done, or I'm really practicing, like, I'm only like 2-3 weeks into this, so next week I might be like F the world, so who knows. But one thing I've really done is address my perspective. There are situations I just can't change. So yes, I'm afraid that I might fail, or yes, I'm afraid that whatever. But if I sit here and think about how afraid I am, I've already set myself up for failure, because I'm not focused on achieving the work that I've been set out to do. So whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing, I'm not achieving that because I'm so nervous or scared or whatever. Ooh, wow. Anyways, so nervous or scared of what's gonna happen. So one thing that I've done, and I don't know if there's really one mechanism or way that I can say that I've done it. I think I've done it since I was little because of some other things that happened in my life, which we'll talk about those. But it's always been this, I've always had this like underlying fear of myself and my ability. And I think what I've always done is prove it wrong. So when that fear comes up, it's kind of like a driving force for me. So it's not something whereas, oh, I'm so scared I can't do this. It's like, I'm so scared, this has never been done, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna prove to myself and I'm gonna prove to everybody else that I can do this, because there's people who think I can't do this, and I'm gonna do this because I know I can. It's like when people tell me I can, I'm like, yeah, fuel. Yeah.
My homie said, shine your light on the world.